started with yesterday. Yesterday was day 1 of our lesson. What did we start with yesterday? Go ahead.
We started our vision board and what we were thinking, like who the characters were and stuff.
So what is that part of? If we're talking about the traits of writing, doing the vision board and thinking about our characters, what is that part of? Can I say that? What would that be part of? What trait or what step in our traits is that for writing? Trevor?
Not recently.
Do you know? Hannah? Pre-writing? Pre-writing, but when we're doing the 6 traits of writing, what specific trait are we working on?
Ideas.
Ideas, thank you. We're working on that ideas portion. So like you told us, we're getting our characters in order and we're doing a storyboard or a story map or a vision. That's getting those ideas flowing. So we were able to get those ideas flowing with our partner about what we were going to write. So now another piece in step 1, which step 1 is that ideas, is being able to start the plot diagram in our story. So we're going to go over a little bit about the plot diagram. And I know when you guys were in your reading unit, you already went over a little bit what the plot diagram looks like, and you picked that apart from the stories you were reading. But now we're going to turn it a little bit because you're going to have an empty plot diagram and you're going to put your own story in it. So instead of taking somebody else's story and putting in the piece of the plot diagram, you're taking the pieces of your own story and you're going to put it in there. So we're going to review the different parts now. Can somebody tell me without looking, what's the exposition? What is the exposition? Trevor?
The first part of the story.
The first part of the story, so kind of where it starts. Does anybody want to add anything to that for Trevor? What do you think?
The beginning.
So it's like the beginning, Chloe.
Where characters are introduced.
You start introducing your characters, awesome. And there's one more piece we could add to that.
That introduces the setting as
The
well.
setting as well, perfect. And that rising action, that's where our main characters are starting to face those like conflicts or problems or different things that are happening. Do you want to add more to that, Jace?
It's a part where you want to get the reader like really excited for it.
You want to start getting them excited because we're going to rise in action to what? What is coming next?
The climax.
The climax. And who could tell me what the climax looks like? Jace?
The most exciting part of a story when we learn the outcome.
Yeah, so how could we put that in our own words? Who could put that in their own words for me? You know?
For a lot of people, it's like their favorite part of the story because it has so much like action in it, or like it's like where you start like learning what's gonna like where you can kind of make those guesses or predictions of what's gonna happen.
I think I would put that a little bit like between the rise in action and the climax, because the climax is where we learn the outcome. So it's kind of like you're right there, you're hitting the tip right there. Chloe, you want to add more?
It's the most action-packed part of the story,
So the most exciting, the most action-packed, yeah. So that kind of ties into what you two were both saying. And then the falling action, that's leading to the end. So we're starting to die down. We got super excited, and now we're starting to die down and kind of see how things are about to end. And then the resolution is going to be that end part of our story. So what we're going to do is I'm going to continue reading our scary story, and you guys are going to look for that in the story. So follow along as I read the story, and you're going to look for different parts of the plot diagram in that story. And remember, we left off with Aaron and Bo. They were going to meet Jen and Mike. Jen, I am so glad to see you. Bo is scaring me, I yelled out. And Mike, don't you look, well, green, I giggled. Mike was dressed as the Incredible Hulk. He had a big puffed shirt on that was ripped across the chest, and he was literally green in every crevice of his body. He even went so far as to have painted black eyebrows on that jointed together to make him look mad and evil at the same time. I giggled again, looking at him. I guess I went a little overboard with the green paint. Hey guys, Mike said, as he himself started to laugh. Okay, Bo said, are we going to do this or what? I'm not getting any younger. You certainly are getting uglier, Jen teased. But seriously, I said, we need to really talk about the plan we discussed. Our plan in theory was simple. We would walk all the way down the haunted road to the creepy house, ring the doorbell, and go in. for just a few minutes. It would be scary and fun. Okay, so the plan we discussed is that we will all make it there, go in, spend at the very least 15 minutes in the house, and then we will get the heck out of there. Mike explained. Sounds simple enough. Let's do it, I said. I grabbed Bo's arm and clung to it with all my might. I looked at the next few hours like going through a haunted house with my friends. I would hold on tight and keep my eyes closed for most of it. Only that didn't happen. We turned onto Oakwood Road with knots in our stomach. Our eyes were wide as we glared down the road, waiting for the shadows to lift and let us through. But they didn't lift. Actually, they became darker and thicker as we started down to walk the road. The road itself was old, cracked, and neglected through the years. To my knowledge, I haven't seen a car actually come down this road in like forever. You could see only the middle of the road because the looming willows hung down over the sides of the road, making it almost impossible for you to pick a side to walk down. Your only choice was to go up the middle, which made the road extra creepy. My eyes grew wider with every step. It was like they were glued open. The sounds of this road were amazing. You heard every cricket, every bird, even rustle. Yes, that was rustling, as if someone or something was walking next to us in the shadows, hidden behind the looming willows and underbrush. Does anyone else feel like they're being followed? I asked. I could have sworn I heard someone or something in the brush there. I heard it too, Bo said quietly. We all stopped for a minute and just listened. There it was again. There was definitely something moving in the brush behind the willows. It was like my heart stopped dead in my chest. All any of us could do was freeze in our tracks and stare in the direction the noise came. Run, Jen whispered. We need to run to the house. It's our only chance at making it somewhere safely. It's too late to turn back now. We have to run. So we're going to stop there for now. You guys are going to turn and talk. From what we've read so far, in day 1 and today day 2, what part of the plot diagram do you think we have made it to? And describe each part within the story. So I've got an example of the plot diagram here.
I think it's to the end of the rising climax.
Rising climax?
Yeah, the rising climax. It's together. Yeah, so it's kind of building. I think it's like almost suspense.
There's a little bit of
Rising.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's Oh, awesome job. I love how you guys quieted down when you were all ready so you could figure out what we're going to talk about next. Let's see, who could tell me what did them and their partner talk about? What did they talk about? Brandon, what did you guys talk about?
Me and him thought it was rising action.
So how come you thought you were in rising action?
Because the rustling in the bushes, and they stopped and see what it was.
So what is that called? Like when you're kind of like, oh, there's rustling in the bushes, like walking down this creepy road.
Scared.
It's scary. What else is it? It's building what?
tension.
Excitement.
Suspense, Chloe. Chloe helped you out. It's suspense. We're building that suspense. So how come, what are some other reasons that you guys know we're in the rising action? What else helps you determine that we're in the rising action? What do you think?
If they're still running to the house, nothing's happened like with the house yet.
Right, so we haven't built that very exciting spot yet. We haven't made it out there. Want to add something?
They've already introduced most of the characters in the story.
Perfect, thank you. So we've already met this exposition part. We've already seen the beginning and we've introduced characters. What else do we know that kind of says, okay, we've made it up to the rising action? You know?
Because they're like describing about how this road is so creepy, cracked, and neglected, and how like it's like introducing the setting, but it's doing it in like one of those suspenseful ways that kind of makes it like rising towards the climax.
So you're like almost building those steps, like rising up. Perfect, I love how you described it. Trevor, you want to add something?
The rising action, it's because it's not the most exciting part, it's just really
So you're kind of,
It's not really exciting.
so it's not really exciting yet. We haven't hit that climax, that super exciting stage yet. Awesome. So now it's going to be your turn, but with your own stories. So using the sticky notes that are on your table, and you guys, and the notebooks that you have, between you and your partners, you're going to have one notebook open. And I've got an example right here. You're going to have one notebook open, and you glued in your character development sheet, and then you had a blank page in front of it. On that blank page, you're going to have your own plot diagram, and your plot diagram is going to look just like the one that I have, but with sticky notes. So you're going to start with an exposition, rising action or problem, climax, falling action, and the resolution. I'm waiting for everybody's eyes and ears. I just got a couple more eyes and ears I'm waiting for before I turn you loose. Perfect. So I know that this is only like the beginning of your story and you just get your ideas flowing. So I totally understand if you only make it to the climax today. So you might not know what your falling action, your resolution looks like, but I do hope that you guys can make it up to the climax today with your own stories. Do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Brayden?
You have to put it on a paper like that.
No, you left a blank space in your notebook, so this is my pretend notebook,
Okay.
but you would just put the sticky notes like this in your notebook page.
So we're writing what, like the beginning, rising action, and climax? Or
Yep, so you're going to be writing these parts of your story. So your exposition of your story, maybe jot some ideas down in the rising action, or like sometimes we call it the problem, and then hopefully the climax of your story. Another question?
So do we each need to put those sticky notes in?
I'm going to say we could do one per group. I think you guys are at the stage where you could do one per group. If you think you want to look back at your own and you want to do two, you could go ahead and do two. But I'm going to say we could do one per group. Thumbs up if we're ready to go. Thumbs down if we still have a couple more questions and we're like, Miss Parrish, you did not get that down. All right, I'm going to send you guys loose. Grab those sticky notes and put them in your notebook to start your plot diagram.
Oh, are we working by ourselves? Or you guys come here
Part of your partner. Okay, so you're writing partners.
Then didn't even realize.
I put that on.
I forgot my phone. Hey, wait.